The sound of white noise and the grain image you have just seen are by now a part of history. Since the times when people used to watch television using receivers such as this one, television has changed in rather dramatic ways. The screens have grown bigger and bigger, the quality of the broadcast image has improved, and the range of programs and channels available has risen exponentially. The way we watch television changed as well. In fact, many of us hardly watch television as such at all. Instead, we might download a few of our favorite programs onto a laptop or onto a tablet, or even watch them over a mobile phone. In short, compared to the world of digital television we live with today, the world of old-style analog television may seem rather strange. And yet it's precisely this strange world of pre-digital television that we wanted to examine in our research project. To do so, however, we decided to move beyond the familiar terrain of Western Europe and Northern America and focus instead on experiences in communist Eastern Europe. More precisely, we studied television histories across 5 different communist countries: the Soviet Union, Poland, East Germany, Romania and Yugoslavia. Over the course of 3 years of our project, we studied thousands and thousands of old television schedules. We also watched, as you might imagine, hundreds and hundreds of old television programs. And then we pored over tons of archival materials, as well as interviewed over 170 different viewers from a range of 8 different countries.
So why did we choose to focus on communist television? After all, we have this picture of communist television as an instrument of propaganda, filled with boring political speeches and educational programming. But actually, over the course of our research, we found that there's a lot more to communist television than just propaganda and boredom. Now, of course, political control was a part of everyday life for television professionals. But over time, those professionals became a lot more adept at producing programming that was not only ideologically correct, but also wildly popular with audiences. Our interviewees recalled the children's programs they grew up with and watching series with their families. And they spoke, often with great affection, of their favourite television personalities and actors. So in many ways we could say that socialist television is very similar to television anywhere else in the world. It's an important part of everyday life, as well as a source of information, education, but above all, entertainment. But of course, over the course of our research, we've also found that there are important differences between communist television and television that we're familiar with in the West. Television served to remind viewers that they were taking part in an enormous revolutionary experiment, one that was building a more equal society, and a society that was abolishing grand inequalities of wealth. And we could also say that communist television served to mask the gap between the ideological visions and the everyday realities of life under communism.
The challenge of understanding communist television lies precisely in acknowledging both sides of the coin. On the one hand, its role as an instrument of propaganda, and on the other hand, its positive contributions to culture, education, entertainment, and even on occasion to social critique. This also means that the world of television we live with today is not necessarily better than the one we lived with yesterday. Studying television history, therefore, not only teaches us about how much our media world has changed, but also helps us reflect on what we have gained as well as lost in the process.
Novak! Pesnici daju folklorni ansambli.
Koliko puta sam udarila po klaviru?